back together again.
Woo.
Yay! And it's for the last couple episodes. And here's the
I'm
thing.
sorry I'm not excited, but Crunchyroll decided they were going to ruin the rest of the series for me.
Yeah, because of the delay.
And I'm not a dub elitist. I'm not a dub elitist. I'm not a sub elitist. I firmly believe in watching whichever one you think is better for any given series. Here's my problem. I have seen this entire show up to this point, all the way through episode 10 in dub. And now, right at the end, I'm being forced to switch to sub, and I'm not going to be used to any of the voices, any of the comedic undertones. Like, it irks the shit out of me that we can't watch this dubbed right now.
Thanks, Crunchyroll. Thanks for delaying for literally no reason given. That's again,
For anybody in the
I'm
comment
never not
section
going to
that
let
is
that
like,
down.
why don't you just
For
wait for the dub to
another
come out then?
2
Like,
weeks.
because we can't skip a week on releasing stuff, or
Yeah.
that's not how YouTube works, really.
No. And once we let people know about that, they'll just be like, well, you could just switch to the sub, and that's all we would hear in the comments if we made that announcement. Like, you switch to the sub, it's much better. It's like, and again, it's
That's what we're doing because we're being forced to.
basically, yes. And I'm sorry, guys, but this is just where we are, and I'm hoping that, most of you out there won't care that it is.
Oh, you mean as soon as we announced that we were waiting a week for the
Yeah,
dub?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
I gotcha.
yeah, if we waited, then, we would basically be hearing, oh, just do the sub, just do the sub, just do the sub. In which now we are doing the sub, so now I guess we have no choice. But anyway, we have episode 11, Stella. Stella!
Stella Star.
Yeah, the Stella Stars. So hopefully this is something that leads to our girl Anya getting her very first.
Also, I hate to tell everyone ahead of time, but my thoughts on having watched episodes 9 and 10, good episodes, but they dropped my opinion of this show from like a 10 to like an 8 because of her brother finally admitting he's just straight up pretty much incestual towards her, and that really creeps me out. I don't fucking like it.
But then
I think it's weird as hell.
And you know
it
what the
kind of
crazy
ruins the
thing
show for me.
is? You know what the crazy thing is during those
Not
episodes.
the whole show, but it drops the show score for
You
me.
know what the crazy thing is about you watching those episodes? I heard you watching those episodes in the living room, and you were howling like a fucking hyena.
Oh yeah, I was laughing at some parts a lot, but like that part just drops the overall score of the show for me.
Well,
Yeah.
if anything,
It's fucking creepy and weird, and I don't know why people write characters like that.
because I guess maybe that's a real world thing. I don't know. I mean, I've
Maybe.
never had anything like that. I'm more along the lines want to.
There's certain real world
I'm
things I'd just rather not hear about.
I'm more along the lines to punch
Incest
my
is one
sister
of
than
them.
I am to like have any interest in her like that. And my little sisters, my stepsisters, I have no interest in outside of just like they're my family, and the fact that people are like that, I'm just like, ugh. That's a very prominent thing now, and I don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't get it. What's the allure of that? And people are just like, well, y'all are just vanilla. It's like, no, I guess we're just sane.
I also am fully ready for the comment section to just completely be like, why is this guy in the back even watching it if he says the
Oh,
show's
yeah,
reform and
and
stuff
we
like
had
that?
to deal
'Cause I
with that.
fucking work here. Go fuck yourself.
Also, he enjoys watching shows like this.
We enjoy him being on,
Yeah,
being all together.
yeah, we enjoy all watching this together, and
If me being here ruins your experience of the final couple episodes worth of reactions, then
Get
sucks
over
to be
it.
you.
yeah, because he's
Sit on and
here.
rotate.
He's here. Yeah, he's here, and you don't have to be. That's and he's trying to get in the box. We have a cat.
Exactly. I have to be here. You don't.
We have 2 cats.
You can feel free to go
down
on.
here, and they're trying to explore. I guess all things aside, hopefully you all will enjoy the rest of Spy X Family with us. And I know it's going to be weird for some of you all going from dub to sub, much like it is for Nick. But hey, this is what's available to us. Blame Crunchyroll. Anyway,
Fuck you, Crunchyroll.
here we go. This is episode 11, Stella. Oi.
待てこら5時からは勉強の約束だったろう。
でもロイドさん、数学は少しいい点ですよ。頑張りましたね、アーニャさん。 残ラ数8分の2。これから時間をかけてクラスメイトのドイツがどの勉強得意か全部わかるようにする。そしたら満点間違いなし。大丈夫。
That smile.
あくまで自然な改ざんに見せるために基礎学力は高めておかねば。
お前なんでそんなことを知ってるんだ。薄気味悪い魔女め。
Aw.
パンダさんだろ。
牛さん、学校にいたやつ。
Okay.
例えば音楽。
Her face. She broke strings.
Oi! Gymnastics. It's a bit much trying to get her to do a pommel horse
Yeah.
that early. No, instead, start with tumbling. Start with like front rolls, back rolls, maybe a
Right.
cartwheel if she builds up enough. Like,
落ち着けたつもり。
This just has a completely different vibe from the dub.
しているのか。
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
本部の木探では4ヶ月ほどでステラ8つ達成と見ているが、
本当にそんな悠長な時間はあるのか。
父、あいや頑張る。とりあえずこの名はほどけ。
学業、芸術、スポーツ、ステラ獲得の可能性はもう一つ。社会貢献、人命救助や犯罪者の逮捕協力などでお手柄受賞となる事例もあるが、まれだ。プールがある。患者さんのリハビリ用のな。
お掃除はちょっと大変だったかな。じゃあ図書室で本の整理を。別の仕事行ってくれます？
手術室行ってくる。
No.
待て、やめろ。
Uh-oh.
もういいです。あなた方はお帰りください。
ねえ、プールの水冷たい？
大丈夫だから。
やっぱちょっと冷たいな。
まだ着替えてるのかな。
Uh-oh.
Jesus, that's not good.
足が動かない。プールで誰か溺れてる。
え、なんでそんなことわかるんだ。お前何者だ。
Oh gosh.
何？おい。
プール楽しいな。
何あれ。
Whoa! There he is. Come on, Anya. Oh no.
Oh, crap.
Lloyd.
She tried.
泳ごうとしたらこの子沈んでた。
周りにこんなに人がいたのに。
音をしたか。
まさか溺れてたなんて。
溺水反応ってやつですよ。子供が溺れるときって意外と静かなんです。
泡ブクブクしてた。
It's actually true, and they don't represent that accurately very often in media like they just did here, which is
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
that they actually made it seem realistic in an anime, because whenever people drown, a lot of times they're just literally sinking underwater. They can't make noise. It's not like they're like help at the top of the water. If you can yell help at the top of the water, you can at least get air in your lungs.
Right.
Yes.
Like, and you're not gonna be drowning as fast, but a lot of times people are just straight up like not realizing how to not sink.
And
Therefore,
plus,
they're
there was a
under
lot
the
of
water
noise
making no
going on
noise.
in that place already.
Yeah.
And no one would have really audibly heard the splash because he would have made such a small splash. He was a
Right.
child.
Yep.
Right.
And damn, that's just. I guess it's a good thing that Anya was actually able to hear or read his mind and understand something
What was
bad was
going
going
on?
on.
Yeah.
Did you get her first star? Hey!
Aw,
She got her first star!
that's awesome. Woo.
Oh, Damien, don't be salty.
本当にすごいです。私とっても嬉しいです。
予期せぬステラ獲得。
Oh gosh, the hugs, the
上々の
hugs,
結
too
果なの
much.
だが、
I'm going to die.
それより誇らしい気分だ。
Oh,
アーニャの力、人の役に立った。
yeah.
Aw.
I don't think she's ever had the thought that her powers could help anybody. They
Yeah.
could only really help herself or be a detriment to others. But and now her with this, maybe that could lead her down the path of being like, oh, instead of just using this for myself, I can use this to help others as well.
Yeah.
Again, we're all dealt a hand in life, and some are better at stuff than others. I mean, hell, genetics is not fair after all, and we can all help each other if we're willing to. And we basically seek to make everyone else around us lives better.
よーし、今日は私ごちそう作りますね。あーにゃ父の料理がいい。
So she's 1-1 right now. She has 1 Tenarder's Bolt and 1 Stella.
早急にデズモンドとの接触を図る。
お、あいつじゃね
Don't get full of yourself, Anya.
3組のやつって。
ごきげんよう、アーニャちゃん。スターライトアーニャという。
Come on, Anya. Don't get full of yourself. Come on.
友達100人できちゃうかも。ぜひうちで遊びに来てくれ。親と一緒に。これで任務は成功だ。
Although he would never say
He
that.
would.
Never.
いい気になるなよ。
世界のピンチ。アーニャちゃん。ねえ、ダミアン君もそう思うよね。絶対ずるいよね。
お前はうちの学校が手違いや不正でステラくれるような三流校だとそう思ってんのか。まぐれじゃないからこそあんなチンチクリンに先を越されたことが悔しいんだ。
So
あいつ意外と真面目なやつなのかしら。
yeah.
授業始めるぞ。
That's one thing, at least I'll say. Damien seems to at least have a firm set of beliefs that he doesn't relent on. He believes that the school is something great, and he believes that they wouldn't just hand it out to anyone. And Anya, I mean, everything that she's done, thus far, seemingly pisses him off. But I think he respects the fact that she didn't have to cheat to get it.
Right, yeah.
Even though, she did deck him on her first day at the school. Literally just right to the jaw.
テストとかコンクールとか頑張った時にはご褒美がつきものじゃん。ピーナッツもらえる。そんなのよりもっと高いやつよ。今まで大したものはもらってないか。
Duh.
お前んち世界を裏で牛耳ってる秘密組織。何それ、ちゃんとした会社よ。
Uh-huh. They all say that.
そうね。
God, I want Omu
やっぱ
wrestler.
私が一番嬉しかったのはビーゼルちゃんかな。あ、うちのワンちゃんね。とっても可愛いの。ビーゼルちゃん。
Aww.
次男も犬持ってる？
Aww.
知るか。
Oh.
気安く喋りかけんな。
He doesn't want to admit that he's mushy.
俺ん家に連れてこい。親と一緒に。やあ、どうも、王者さん。戦争はやめましょう、デズモンドさん。
世界は平和になった。
World peace.
Ambitious.
きちんと訓練された犬ならこの家のセキュリティ向上に役立つかもしれない。
凶暴
So
です。
shorty.
アーニャさんが噛み殺されないか心配です。
Oh! Why would you put the...
可
Oh.
愛い。
Oh.
まあ小型でも有能な犬はいるだろう。後で組織にでも
Little Jack
してもらおう
Russell.
か。
Jack Russell Terriers are very
よし。
determined
週
and
末ペッ
will
トショップにでも行ってみよう。
fight very hard for their owners.
こいつらも哀れだな。人間のおもちゃになるために散々いじくり回されてよ。
Oh.
Oh, look at the guy.
アーニャ、これとか、これがいい。
Oh,
そうで安心ですね。
I think we've just officially been introduced to Doggo. Potential Doggo.
That was Doggo?
I think so.
Wait, which one?
The big...
The white one?
Yeah, the big white one.
fluffy white one.
Yeah.
The very last episode, we get to see the dog.
Well,
Looks like it.
well, there's one more episode.
Yeah, but she hadn't met it yet.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe she'll meet him in the next episode.
Yeah, like I saw people reading in the or like I was reading the comment section, and some people were like, "Oh, the comedy is way better in the sub and stuff like that." No, you're wrong. Sorry, completely wrong. It's not nearly as light as the dub.
Yeah.
This whole episode, like, due to being in sub, felt way more serious, and there was only some chuckles rather than any, like, sincerely funny parts, which I've laughed my head off at, like in all the other episodes.
Yeah, I'll say
like
this.
This is a case of the dub is actually better, and whoever wants to box with me over it, come on, bring it.
Well, again, a lot of people would say that Anya's voice is the biggest thing.
I think her dub voice is great.
I do too. But I've heard
So there's people that are like, "Oh, she doesn't sound young enough," and I'm like, I disagree. Like, she sounds just fine.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I think honestly, her English voice actress nails it. Like, she's hilarious.
Well,
like,
if I could,
and so are all the other characters.
If I could say one thing, I would say that this being in a more European setting where English would be a lot more prevalent, I think lends itself to the dub being better.
Yeah, it's kind of more accurate too. Like,
yes.
So.
And oh god, I actually saw someone online, guess where? Twitter. Where else? On Twitter, it's like, all these white girls dressing up as check your privilege. That's not your culture. I'm like,
go fuck yourself.
I'm like, you do realize that is based on Eastern Bloc Europe, right? She's from Eastern Bloc Europe. That's what her character's based on. How thick is your fucking skull that you can't get that in there?
Even then, like, do you not realize that, like, anime conventions are a thing where, like, primarily, like, I've never seen more than a couple, like, I mean, it's the fucking United States, the Eastern United States. There's just not a lot of Asian people over here for some reason. And I've been to conventions over here, and the Asian people at those conventions are in the minority, with all these people playing these conventionally Asian characters at these conventions. Like, if you're going to tell people they can't have fun and dress up as their favorite characters because they're not the same race as them, like, you're a shit person, and I think you should go fuck yourself.
I agree with that. Again, everyone wants to pretend like they're fighting.
Like, imagine if, like, us as white people threw a fit about a black girl dressing up as a white character.
Oh,
like, we would be considered very racist. So anyone who tells like white girls to check their privilege because they're dressing up like Asian girls, like, you're a racist too.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? The girl that said this on Twitter is white, and I'm just like,
and she's racist for saying that.
Yeah, and I'm like, how dare you speak on behalf of people whom you've probably never met? I mean, like,
right.
Why would you try and speak out on someone else's behalf? Do you think they don't have the power?
Like, literally, if they said check your privilege, I would just reply to that and be like, check your racism.
Basically. But again, my
racist, I'm sticking up for Asian people. You have internalized racism against white people. That's how.
Yeah.
White people can't be racist. You're being it right now, and you're proving that completely wrong.
You are proving the point. Thank you. Congratulations. You've outed yourself as a moron. Anyway, so yeah, that was a pretty good episode. I mean, she got her first Stella star because she used her powers for good, and not just for her own self-preservation or for her own, like, advancement. Well, she did get an advancement from it, but a boy's life was saved.
Yeah,
like, it was literally a good deed. And I'm hoping she takes away from that. It's like, maybe I can use this to not just benefit myself, but benefit others. And I'm hoping that Anya does take that, because I think her fear of using the power is what's holding her back. Mm-hmm. Her fear of using the power and being outed and people hating her because of it.
Right.
But again, it's just this episode, I think, with her having the star, I think she's worn the star to school once. And I think from now on, she should show her her being humble by not wearing it to school anymore. Instead, keeping it, like, at home in, like, a display case or something.
Right.
Be like, I have one Stella star, and there's room for 7 more. And I don't think they hold, or they put up Tonarderus bolts, because Tonarderus bolts, that's if
bad.
If the school does literally give those out, they're just like, do they, like, hold a ceremony just like, we now publicly shame this student here. Tonarderus bolt. But
Congratulations, you fucked up.
yeah, exactly. For the crime of punching Desmond, he deserved it. Shut up.
At least she didn't get 3 though.
Oh yeah, that would have been horrible if she'd have gotten 3 on her first day.
Yeah.
Oh. It also doesn't help the fact that her first impressions are a big thing to have, and the first impression that a lot of the kids had was that she was just a violent child. Mm-hmm. And because of that, there's kids who think that her getting that STELLA star isn't legitimate, and they're like, I bet you she paid for it, or I bet you she kicked that kid into the pool and then saved him. And Damien basically sticking up for it to a certain degree, be like, you really think the school would be that stupid? Like, is that what you think of this school? You know, he basically deflected the heat off of Anya, and basically was just like.
He's basically like, what you guys are saying looks bad on our school, and
exactly.
therefore you should shut up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah. Overall, though, good second to last episode of this first season, and damn, we also got to see Doggo at the end of the episode. I was so happy. I'm just like, oh, he's so fluffy. He's dirty, but again, it's because of the situation he's in. I mean, that's kind
I'm
of
curious to know how they encounter each other.
Yeah, same. I don't know. But anyway, that's going to do it, everyone. This was Spy X Family, episode 11, Stella. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and hopefully we will see you all in the next one. Until then, though, I'm Nate.
I'm Kate.
I am Nick.
See you later, everyone.
See ya.